Another reason that every diet you ever tried failed you is that they deny or ignore sugar addiction.
Sugar addiction's a real thing, man. Sugar's the devil. Sugar is the devil. Sugar is the devil. You ever watch those videos when people quit sugar for 30 days or 60 days? What happened? Yeah, sugar is crazy. Sugar is the devil. I had a client, right? Before she became my client, she was working with this other personal trainer and had some crazy concept about eating in moderation. And she's like, I can have whatever I want. This is going to be in moderation. I remember telling her at the time, I don't think that's going to work. She's like, no, it will work and blah, 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 blah. Put on like 20 pounds, right? That does not work. Does not work. And ironically, when she switched to me, I increased her calories, right? But this random eating in moderation thing, yeah, it's telling you to have your cake and eat it too. It's just not going to work.
It's like telling an alcoholic, oh, just have one beer a day. It's fine to have a little beer in moderation.
Good example right there. You wouldn't tell somebody who is alcoholic that, right? So yeah, the whole just eat a little in moderation bad stuff. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to have some kind of a plan. You have to know what you're consuming, how much protein, how much fats, how much carbs. It's a pretty common thing. Carbs are high and the fat is high. You can't have them both high. Can't be, a ton of fat. That's probably that phrase like you can't have your cake and eat it too. Cake has a bunch of carbs and a bunch of fat in there. Thoughts on eating in moderation versus, I guess that's if it fits your macros. I know they're not the same, but can you expand on the differences? So if it fits your macros, let's go with that first. A better way to explain this. Let's say you have a target of 200 grams of carbs per day. Where do you get the carbs in? Rice, sweet potatoes, some candy, what have you. You just need to make sure you hit these numbers, as in don't go past them. So this is the if it fits your macros. It allows flexibility so you can keep your sanity. You can have the pizza, but at the end of the day, your fat and carbs and protein must not exceed certain thresholds. The moderate eating now is just like, well, you can have your pizza, but it's eaten in moderation. So maybe that's a slice, maybe that's two, it depends. But you're not really tracking anything. So inevitably, eating in moderation, you eat too much or not enough. Point is you're not tracking anything, so you don't really know.
The reason that every diet you've ever tried has failed you is because they emphasize exercise way too much.
This is true as well. Almost anybody, when they talk to me, they want to know about the exercises. All they want to know, the workout. That's like the sexy part of the plan. What workouts am I doing? And as you guys have said before, when you're sweating, you feel like you're making progress. It's all about the food, man. If you fail in the kitchen, I don't care what workout you have. I don't care what program you have. You can't out-workout about that. It's impossible.
99% of your fat loss, and when you say you want to lose weight, you mean I want to lose fat.
This is very true, right? I mean, you'll see my titles thing use the term weight loss and lose weight because unfortunately, most people don't know about fat loss and fat. So if you put fat in the titles, people don't see it or they don't know how to click on it. We talk about weight loss, losing weight, because that's the terminology the majority of people understand and they know. People search for how to lose weight loss. They don't search for fat, unfortunately. But the reason you want to lose fat specifically is because you don't want to lose a muscle. Because most of the people there, when they're doing these starvation diets, they're not only losing fat, they're losing muscle.
Another reason that all the other diets failed you is because of vitamin and mineral deficiencies. When you're eating less food overall and the food you are eating is nutrient void, you're going to wind up with vitamin and mineral deficiencies.
And you know what that's going to lead to, right? That's going to lead to you out there trying to devour food left, right, and center. I've spoken about this as well before. When you eat food that doesn't have something in it, your body still needs things and wants things. So it's going to just make you hungry again. It's going to keep seeking it. An example of this, well, not exactly with nutrients, is when you try to trick your body. Your body thinks it's getting sugar, some fake stuff, and your body's like, no, we want the real stuff. It's going to make you hungry again or thirsty again, what have you. So you can only trick it so long. But it knows it needs certain minerals, vitamins, etc. And if you're eating this garbage that has nothing in it, it's going to make you hungry again because it's trying to get it, whatever it is it needs, because it wants to survive, trying to keep you alive, right? This is so true. I mean, think about it. I'm sure this has happened to some of you. It's happened to me for sure. It's kind of like when you're just super thirsty, but it's not that you needed water. Something else was off. Maybe you consumed too much salt, or ironically not enough, and you're drinking. That's a good similarity there, where you just this endless thirst. When something is off and you're trying to rectify.
The next reason all those other diets failed you and that you should break up with them and block their number and never talk to them again is because they sold you on the expectation that the way you were going to judge the way their diet was working for you was by the pounds on the bathroom scale.
Yeah, that's not the optimal thing. I mean, told you guys before with my coaches, I had to submit pictures weekly. Front shot, side shot, and a shot of my back, right? And I do that with my clients as well. The scale is a guide. It's just one of many ways to track things, but visual is another one, right? Or your appetite. I'll ask them, is their appetite opening up? Because as I've said, if you're working out a lot and you're sleeping well and you have no appetite, then something else is off. Their sleep was off. Their sleep has been better and their appetite is opened up. Because if you're burning all this energy and you're not hungry, something is wrong. That's a red flag right there, right? I mean, I lost 40 pounds of fat, I gained 30 pounds of muscle. The scale only moved 10 pounds. Now, if I just had only looked at that scale, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed, right? I'm not gonna lie. You know, he's very right. I've mentioned before, I had dermatitis. I mean, technically I still do. Eczema, psoriasis, all these things just magically went away when I started eating differently, right? They just magically went away. You see these stories all the time. People have these skin problems, all these other kind of things, and they clean up their diet. And not just the diet, it's other things, right? Perfume, your cologne, something you're putting in your hair. It doesn't matter. You're just not sure what can set you off, so to speak, right? Because remember, all those things are autoimmune diseases, essentially. Psoriasis and eczema, etc., etc. It's your body fighting against itself. At the end of the day, you know, you can summarize all that he's talking about in back to calories in and calories out. It comes to that a lot, right? And on this channel, we what do we say? We follow the laws of thermodynamics. But of course, my boy Homer can do that much better job than I can.
In this house, we obey the laws of thermodynamics.
Exactly, Homer. Thank you. Thank you so much. Because you are determined to transform your body, you made it to the end of this video. To get more tips about how to look great and feel even better, check out one of these videos you see on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. So later's my massive. Me I go long now. For those who don't speak Jamaican patois, that's goodbye, my people.